Okay, so Miles Jenkins has had a pretty great year so far. Not only was he named the News 19 Player of the Week, but he also led River Bluff to their first state title in men's hoops. And then at season's end, he committed to Anderson University. On Sunday, he capped off a spectacular first half of 2021 with a dazzling performance at the South Carolina Pro-Am. The Pro-Am back at Heathwood Hall after not being played last year. And even though Miles was one of the younger players on the court, he looked like a seasoned vet out there. As let's get to the action now. Early in the first, Miles, representing Honda of Columbia, pulled up from the top of the key. He's about to do it right now. Pulls up and splash. And then a few minutes later on the fast break, Miles comes in on the screen out of nowhere like his name was Randy Orton and banks in the layup to the second half now. Off the block shot, Miles gets a little bouncy on them boys and slams it home. Miles led the way for his squad with 22 points, and then towards the end of the game, some of that bounce from Miles must have rubbed off on new Gamecock A.J. Wilson as he drops a two-handed hammer of his own. He had 15 for his squad, the Jets, but it was Honda of Columbia who stood tall in this one, 79-76. The final. Here's Miles after the game.
It was definitely a pleasure to be invited out, and it was fun. A lot of talent on the floor, and playing against my future teammate Crosby James was a lot of fun. Coming from high school is definitely different playing against older guys, so I think I'll just be ready. Physicality is different, just be ready to get ready for that in the upcoming college season.
And in Game 2 of Sunday's Pro-Am action, it saw another former News 19 Player of the Week hitting the floor. Former Cardinal Newman standout Chico Carter Jr. back in the gym that he knows pretty well from his days in the Skeezer ranks. He represented Team Chick-fil-A in the Pro-Am, and he was joined on the team by Charleston native Jarrell Brantley, who plays for the Utah Jazz, of course, in the NBA. And Jarrell and Chico wasted no time getting things started on Sunday. Early in the first, Jarrell finds Chico, and Chico gets inside and hits the fade away from mid-range. A few minutes later, Team Chick-fil-A gets the steal, and then Jarrell completes the break with a two-handed slammer-jammer dunk. Team Chick-fil-A jumped to a 13-0 lead to start the game. Later in the half, Chico fights his way inside and hits. He finished the game second on the team with 19 points, and he was only second to Jarrell, who showed out with 21 points in his return to the Palmetto State. After the game, Jarrell discussed why he chose to play in the Pro-Am, following the footsteps of other SC hoopers in the NBA like Chris Middleton, PJ Dozier, and Torrey Craig.
I've always been here. I think now I just have a name in a sense. But for me, I've always came back, and we got a lot of talent in the state, so it's special for me to be a part of one of the guys that they list. You continue to grow, continue to keep getting better. It's a special time right now, and it's going to continue to get better. It's a lot of guys. I can go off and list a lot of names. So where we are right now is special, but where we're headed is even more special. So we got to continue to grow and continue to get better as a whole unit, as a whole community. So it's important.